Okay, so I literally just finished watching the movie. Like, the Netflix tab is still on my computer. And honestly, I don't know what I just watched. Like, it was really gratuitous sexual content, kind of. I don't know why they chose to hide certain things and just didn't fucking care about anything else. They were just like, okay, so we're never going to show him actually doing her, but then we're going to let the son and Amanda just graphically screw each other in the middle of the screen. So I can see why everyone seems to like it, because just it was very, 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 very graphic, in my opinion. And that's probably anyway. So, like, it was an okay movie, but then at the same time I was really kind of vague as to what the movie, like, what kind of movie it was, because I don't know, because at first I was like, okay, this is totally going to be about the mom. And it really was about the mom. I forget what the actress's name was, but it really was about the mom. But then at the same time, you kept getting these weird, and then there was the Chloe monologue at the beginning, and that threw you off because you were like, okay, so it's going to be her story. But then it wasn't even about her, and then you don't know, because she, like, obsesses over the family, but it's not about her obsessing over the family. But then at the same time, it's not about the mom falling in love with Amanda, even though she does, and it's not about the husband cheating on her, because he's not, or you're almost positive he's not. And there was just no real, like, climax or catharsis, or well, there were plenty of climaxes, but there was no, like, real, like, catharsis to the whole thing. And they tried to, like, throw this thing in at the end where it was, like, all about the wife being sexually repressed, and uh, they never really explained that. I mean, you got the whole bit where she got excited because Amanda would tell the stories, but then you're like, okay, then she's just sort of weird and just sort of perverted, or she likes to hear sexy stories. Like, she's a gynecologist, so I think she would hear sexy stories all the time, and maybe that's why she was repressed. And then the Amanda screened the son, and I just could not decide what kind of movie this was, because it was, like, all emotional and indie, and then it was like, let's throw some thriller things in there, and then there'll be dramatic music and drama, and it was, or like, there was, but it wasn't a mystery, but it presented itself like a mystery. Like, is he, like, you were like, you started the thing and it's like, ooh, is the husband really cheating on her? But then, like, 20 minutes in, they're like, yeah, he is, but then he wasn't. This movie just cannot decide what it wanted. It could not decide what it wanted to be. It was an extremely well filmed porno, in my opinion, because there was really no, that's not right to say. There's no plot. Just, or if whatever plot there was just kind of contrived, and I don't know. It's not a good start for my first part of this, because I kind of jumped in late. This is the first movie I've watched as a part of the screen, and it's just odd, 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 odd. Just, like, you were, like, really excited, like, ooh, really good actors. I love Amanda Seyfried, and it's Julia Stiles, and I love Julia Stiles and Liam Neeson. They have all been in amazing movies. And then you watch this, and you're like, why are they in this? Because, like, you can see how someone might read it and think, ah, oh, role of a lifetime. I'm going to make this hooker really complicated. I'm going to make this mom's sexual repression really interesting. And I don't know why Liam Neeson said yes. His character really didn't have anything. And, so, and it's just a really, really well filmed, confusing movie. Like, just really big budget, but just the weirdest plot. I'm sorry, there's the TV's on. But I don't even know how to respond to it. I don't even know if I regret seeing it. It was just sort of, I just saw it, and then now I'm just wondering if everything is okay. Like, Amanda's dead. Did she really fall in love? Because she did the whole bit at the beginning of, I can be whoever you want to be. And then, so was she. They just kept throwing things in there, and I'd like to mention one thing, because they kept mentioning that she picked up the weird little hairpin thing at the beginning of the movie. I never saw that. When did she pick up the hairpin thing? Was that in the bathroom? And I'm asking the computer. I don't know why. But when did that come into play? because they just started talking about it. They're just like, "Did you drop this on purpose?" And I'm like, "She didn't even drop it." Like, you never saw her pick her up, you never saw her drop it, and you're wondering what the significance of it is. Like, why would you give someone you were in love with something that was your mom? So then they're like, did they treat her like a mom? And it was this weird, I don't even know. What struck me, what I'm going to mention last, because this video is entirely too long, is just why everyone thought Amanda Seyfried looked like a hooker, because she was wearing, I dress trashier than she did, right? I mean, she's wearing very tasteful clothing, very like adorable coats that are very fashionable and very adorable. And in no way, you got to think Pretty Woman. Those are who people are like, yeah, she's a hooker. But this one, she's wearing extremely tasteful, and like she walked into the office, and the secretary's like, ooh, what does this slut want? And you're sitting there like, who thought she would be a slut? Amanda Seyfried looks like she's got the girl next door thing. She's wearing this cute little sort of flowery jacket, and no one in their right mind was looking at her hooker. It made no sense. So I hate to do this and then just bitch about it, but wow, like I wish this movie would have just chosen what it wanted. And if it was going to be a thriller, it should have had a real climax. Not Amanda Seyfried might stab one, no, make out with me, no, I'm going to push you out a window, movie ends. Like, there was nothing. That was absurd. I'm sorry. It was like they couldn't decide how the movie was going to end. So they just decided to shove her out a window. It's like, oh, that'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So, okay. This is the end of my video. I'm going to keep doing this just because I think this would be fun. Thank you for doing the movie club, though. I really think it's wicked cool. I was meaning to watch a whole bunch of movies, and some of them will get into this. Mostly just because they're free on Netflix. So, bye.